What's going on, everyone? It's Manny from Vegan Rock Climbing again, today with another training episode. My goal with this video is to provide you with a series of exercises on the Campusboard which get progressively harder and which should ultimately give you enough strength to perform the 1-4-7 move, which is considered to be quite a milestone when it comes to Campusboard training for climbing. Of course, the difficulty of the move depends on the specs of your Campusboard and on the shape of your body. Let's say the rungs are closer together, then the move is obviously a little bit easier, and campusing long distances is usually also a little bit easier when you're a long person with a big reach, with long arms and stuff like that. I won't go into more detail now. If you're interested in some campusboarding basics and also the specs of the device that I'm using in this session, please check out my Campusboarding for Beginners video. One more thing before we start: campusboarding is quite dangerous training when it comes to finger and elbow injuries, so make sure that you're warmed up properly before you start. Alright, the first exercise is going to be the classy 1-2-3. In my honest opinion, you should be able to do this one when you're touching the Campusboard for the first time. If you cannot perform the 1-2-3, then your time is probably better invested in some more basic stuff. Just go climb a little bit more. You're not ready for the Campusboard yet and you will probably just injure yourself. If you're comfortable with the 1-2-3 and so on, you can proceed to the 1-3-3-5 and so on. So now you're pulling down 2 rung distances and matching the hands afterwards. Then perform the same thing with the other hand. If you're feeling strong on this one, you can try the 1-3-4-6. So this time you don't match anymore, instead you're already pulling over to the next rung, which makes this one a little bit harder, of course. Don't forget to switch the starting hands, as this one is an asymmetric exercise, at least the way I do it. Next in line we've got the 1-3-5 and so on. If you're feeling comfortable with this one, maybe try to rush the move sometimes, like literally running up and down the rungs. You can also try this with the 1-2-3 and so on, because these two, the 1-2-3 and the 1-3-5, are very symmetric exercises and not so hard from a coordinative point of view. You will notice that you need a completely different kind of momentum if you want to perform these moves back to back and quite fast, and this will teach you a lot about campusboarding in general. Anyway, the next step would be the 1-4-4-7, which is, as you can see, almost the 1-4-7 but with matching hands in between. So now you should get used to pull down 3 rung distances. Once you're comfortable with that one, you can try again to overpull 1 additional rung, which leads to the 1-4-5-8. Remember to switch hands again, as this one is an asymmetric exercise. And the next 2 steps are definitely crucial ones in my opinion. I had to train them a lot before I managed to do the 1-4-7, and that would be the 1-3-6-8 and the 1-4-6-9. If you have a long Campusboard with lots of rungs, you can also combine them into one exercise by doing 1-3-6-8, 11-13 and so on. But I had to train them separately, which just means starting at different positions of the sequence basically. So the 1-3-6-8, the easier one of the two, and the 1-4-6-9, the harder one. And don't forget to switch hands again, because these are again asymmetric. And after some time training these, you should feel the urge to overreach even further and then start trying the 1-4-7, and eventually you'll do it one day. Now, as I said, for me, and I'm quite weak at the Campusboard, I think it's my weakness, it was very hard to reach the 1-4-7. I had to train the 1-3-6-8 and 1-4-6-9 a lot until I had the feeling, wow, now they are so easy that I can do the 1-4-7. So yeah, really try to make the previous steps as easy as you can until you proceed to the next one. And especially at the last 2 steps before approaching the 1-4-7, for me that was very crucial. You could continue this training chain on your own now by doing 4 rung distances and so on, and become an absolute explosive beast. I hope you learned something in this video. If you did, please like, share, subscribe and help this channel grow, and don't forget to tell me your opinion in the comments down below. How did you approach the 147? Did you use any different methods? And as always, thanks for watching and see you guys in the next episode. Cheeseburger, delicious. Oh yeah, vegan power.